Welcome to this special edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. I'm Montel Williams. It's only one of 6 senior military colleges in the nation. As a state leadership institution, the University of North Georgia, with its 5 campuses, serves not only military career-bound students, but the nation as well. We visited 2 of their campuses outside of Atlanta, beginning in the historic gold mining town of Dahlonega, where we sat down with UNG's president, Dr. Michael Shannon.
This campus is nothing but history. This campus is nothing but tradition. You see, this is the place of the gold rush. So way before California, way before the activities out west, gold was discovered. And there's an old saying, there's gold and then there are hills here in Dahlonega. And so from that history, one of the things that came about was the American Army came, because there were a lot of people trying to get after this gold. And so from that, our university was born. The leaders of our state saw a need post-Civil War to create a university where people, or actually a college at the time, where people could come and learn. And so North Georgia Agricultural College was founded in 1873. What we're incredibly proud of is in that first graduating class, there were women in our ranks. So think about that, 1873, and we had women in our ranks. The women that have attended our university and have graduated have gone on to do tremendous things.
And it's not just gold this town's known for. The local UNG campus and 4 others have a rich history of producing the nation's top military leaders. University of North Georgia alum, Army Colonel Kitafri Oboho, is front and center.
So there's really 2 cohort of folks that shaped my life and got me to where I am today. Non-commissioned officers and officers. 2 non-commissioned officers that come to mind, the First Sergeant Dean Papka and Master Sergeant Tony Nunley. Those 2 officers, Ranger background, superb leaders, and just watching them inspired me to join the Army. And then from the officer side, Major General George Gerard and Major Richard Nykirk. Major Nykirk still serves here at the college, but both those 2 officers were also very inspirational, particularly those 2 groups of folks, non-commissioned officers and officers, watching them, emulating them, their inspiration, their leadership, their example, and that's what made me the officer that I am today. So as a military cadet here at the University of North Georgia, a lot of experiences you have to go through. And some of those experiences are very challenging ones. I served in many institutions here, aggressors, I served as a Ranger Challenge, and those are organizations that challenge you both physically and mentally. And then also the experiences of camaraderie that you build as a cadet here on campus are just phenomenal. So not just the military experience as a cadet, but also just being around the community here at the University of North Georgia. Those really enabled me to become the leader that I am today. I think there's really 2 things about the University of North Georgia that are very unique. One of it is the proximity to the Ranger camps, the 5th Ranger Training Brigade, just located a few miles down the road. A lot of non-commissioned officers and officers who have that Ranger experience, and they share that experience, bring it here to the campus, and as a student, you get to see that, and it inspires you. When I showed up here, I had no inspiration whatsoever to join the Army. And by watching the example of those non-commissioned officers, those officers from the 5th Ranger Training Brigade, from the Ranger camp, that made me want to be a Ranger. And then because of that, because of their example, it led me to where I am today. North Georgia makes the experience here real. Real in the sense that it's the closest thing you get to be in the Army. So when you live the life as a cadet, the experiences you go through, by the time you leave here and you join the Army, there is no change because everything you do here is exactly the way the Army does it. So there's no change and you don't have to reformulate yourself or create something new. You experience Army life here, you experience Army life as soon as you get in the Army. The advice I would give any high school student, or anyone who's thinking about pursuing a career in the military, if you want to be successful, come to the University of North Georgia. There's several reasons for that. One is you get to experience a great camaraderie because the folks you get to live with, the folks you get to work with, those will be the friends that you will spend the rest of your Army career with. Some of my best friends today, folks I serve with today, are folks that I met here, and I've got to see them through over a 22-year career. So that's one reason. The second reason is if you want to be successful, the lessons that you learn here as a cadet, those lessons, those real hard lessons will follow you for the rest of your career. Some of the best leaders that I've served with in my 20+ year career are folks who graduated from here and they continue to excel in their Army career. So this is the place to be. You want to be successful, come to the University of North Georgia and you'll be successful.
So for years, people have always asked the question, are leaders made or are leaders born? In my experience, leaders are made. And leaders are made through the test of time and experience and the things that they go through in their life's journey. And so here, we are building a leadership foundry. This institution is a leadership foundry. A foundry is a place where you forge metals through extreme highs and extreme lows and through trials and tribulations. And there's an old saying that says, iron sharpens iron. And so we believe that as we build leaders, they are built through their experiences with each other, and they are forged over time. And we're incredibly proud of that history, and that is a thread that feeds our entire strategy of our university. Because we believe that the timeless truths of old and the perspectives of today have a gap in the middle, and we are the connective tissue that bridges that gap.
Athletics rank as a critical component to life and leadership training on all 5 UNG campuses, including here at Dahlonega.
Being one of the 6 senior military schools in the States, we have a great opportunity to blend the cadet and athletic program here at UNG. And I think our core values between the cadet and the military side of the university and the core values within athletics are something that we are trying to merge and grow with things like hard work and integrity and respect, discipline and service and sacrifice, which are all obviously core components of the cadet program, are also something that we try to instill within athletics. You know, I think for the cadets, it gives them an opportunity to not just be a part of the cadet program and be just in that regime, but it gives them an opportunity to be part of a student athlete life in a more wholesome experience, and also practice their leadership skills, their community skills, and all the other things that they may need once they're out of North Georgia.
When we return, we'll meet one female cadet who says staying in shape is job one at UNG. We'll be right back. Welcome back. When it comes to maintaining top physical conditioning, the University of North Georgia delivers.
Cadets here at UNG, we are expected to have a top physical fitness level, and the ways that we do that are conduct PT 3 times a week in the mornings. The Leadership Development Program does it every morning with labs on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's your junior year right before camp. And on the soccer team, I go to weights 3 times a week with my teammates, and then also with our coaches, Coach Kaylee and Coach JP, we go out to the field every day during our competition season, or during spring season, it's 3 to 4 times a week. Coming to UNG, I wanted to see if I was going to be able to be on the soccer team and in the Corps as well, and with both departments, I was able to make that happen. With that, I was given a soccer scholarship and an Army ROTC scholarship coming in my freshman year, which has greatly helped cut down on my tuition costs. And it's also given me less stress so that now I can focus on more areas of my life, such as soccer, being involved in the Corps, and different organizations on campus.
So before attending here, I was informed that I had received the Georgia Military Service Scholarship, which pays for tuition, room and board, food, books, everything is completely paid for. And that was just a blessing for me and my parents, because knowing that how I grew up, things might have not been financially stable, but God made a way for us. And just that aha moment was just me realizing that, oh wow, I don't have to pay for school, I don't have to do anything, I just have to come, learn, do what I need to do, and whatever God has in store for me, that's what I'm willing to do.
My plan is to branch military intelligence after college, and whenever I commission, I think that my background in international affairs, which is my major now, and my minor in Russian will really help me in that area. Being here at UNG, I have experienced many opportunities that has broadened my horizons. I've been exposed to multiple different areas of military intelligence, and also with that, I have been connected to UNG's chapter of Armed Forces Communication and Electronics Association, where I serve as the media officer currently.
The culture here is different, the diversity here is amazing, and I just love being a part of something great. Coming here and being able to just get a whole new perspective on what I was missing out on, I just felt like it was a great opportunity for me. The best part of UNG that I love is just the balance that it has, the 10% military life and the 90% civilian life. It's just so much to do, even within the Corps in the military. There's different specialty units you can join, intramural sports, and just a lot of different fun things that you can be able to do here. So I love it.
The world we live in today is chaotic. The world we live in today is uncertain. But one thing is certain, is service to America. And we have the proud tradition of building leaders for America for the past 150 years. Leaders for our Army. And there's no higher calling in the world we live in today than service to our Army and to America. Today, we are connecting young people who want to be connected in the chaotic environment of our culture and our world today to the timeless principles of the tradition of our Army and of this university, because we are the only all-Army senior military college and the military college at Georgia. Plus, we serve another nearly 17,000 students who come to our university to learn, but the single unifying thread is service.
When we come back, we'll visit Gainesville, Georgia, known as Queen City of the Mountains, and we'll meet some formidable students on UNG's Gainesville campus. Stay with us. UNG's Gainesville campus is less than an hour from downtown Atlanta. Its students rank in the top 10 to 20% on the National Order of Merit list. Not only are recent high school grads choosing UNG, but those of all ages are embracing its academic life. We met up with U.S. Army veteran Chico Porter, a successful professional and a UNG alumnus.
I was raised in Decatur, Georgia. I left home at 14 and entered the state of Georgia's custody, went to a children's home, United Methodist Children's Home. And there I was immersed in just experiences that formed my gratitude and my humility going forward. While there, my roommate lost his father on the day of adoption, and that has always been my button for humility in life. Where's that kid now? Around 17 or 18, I got a ROTC scholarship to North Georgia because of a mentor named Colonel Phil Baker. He was an airborne ranger. He was my JROTC instructor that saw more in me than I saw in myself. When I got to North Georgia, full of imposter syndrome and excitement, I was welcomed into this meritocracy of sorts. I was given a fair footing. I was able to gain presence, and I learned camaraderie, something that I didn't get from a family coming up. From there, I excelled, and I was ranked the #1 cadet in the nation in 2009, an accolade that I never saw coming, and it was really from chasing and trying to keep up with everyone here. I wanted to be an Army Ranger since I was 14, and I met my JROTC instructor, Colonel Phil Baker. When I came to North Georgia, I only followed the Army Rangers who were our cadre and our leadership. By the time I was allowed to go to Ranger School and join that community, I can only describe it as exhilarating. I learned servant-based leadership, the ability to lead a group of others to accomplish common goals willingly, and to do it on the foundation of common sense instead of what we read in books. We found out where the rubber met the road of reality between abstract and concrete. I'll forever cherish my time joining the Army Ranger community. 2021, I hiked the Appalachian Trail for veteran suicide. We went from Maine to Georgia over 4.5 months through wintertime to give veterans something to cling on to at a time of need. When I think about, starting and finishing many journeys, I noted that I often finish journeys for reasons other than I started. And most of the time it's around a person, a significant person, like a mentor or family member. I achieved Eagle Scout really out of a sense of returning the investment that my sister placed into me. I became an Army Ranger out of the similar sense of Colonel Phil Baker invested in me and connected me with North Georgia. And I served my country both in and out of uniform based off of a sense of what North Georgia invested into me. What drove me to go back to school and become a lawyer was a sense of wanting to become a present husband and father. And the reason, as a lawyer, I come back to North Georgia and I serve in any capacity is to bring my skill sets back to my family, back to my community. When I started in Maine on that Appalachian Trail, I finished in Dahlonega with 10 cadets in the Commandant. This is what I know, and this is what you do when you are invested into by a community.
Chico Porter, a truly inspiring story of grit and determination, one of America's finest. When we come back, final thoughts, don't go away.
My name is Kevin Alveros, and I am a recent graduate of the University of North Georgia. So to get into the University of North Georgia, not only did I receive the Georgia Military Scholarship, but I was also able to receive the Pell Grant and the Pennington Military Leadership Scholarship as well. So really just the affordability of it all opened that door into leadership that I didn't really even know that I wanted, but after finding it, it was just such an amazing opportunity. So the Boer Scout Brigade not only exposed me to peer leadership, but also to a sort of servant leader environment as well, putting others' needs above my own, which being in charge of soldiers now in the Georgia Army National Guard as a second lieutenant is a high priority and of utmost importance whenever I conduct any task. But the University of North Georgia provided, quite frankly, a second family for me, and brotherhood and sisterhood that I know that 10 years, 20 years from now, I can come back and still have a smiling face, welcome me at the door, and still being able to see that gold on the steeple and as well as that beautiful drill field. So always being able to have that family in North Georgia and in the mountains of Dahlonega is probably the most emotional connection that I have to this place.
I'm so glad you had the opportunity to meet Kevin and all of our students and alumni today. This university is about America, and what America needs now more than ever is leaders. People who are agile, people who are resolute, people who are able to answer the call no matter what it is. Now more than ever, America needs people who are willing to provide impact. And this university is proud to be able to create that impact, to be able to influence our students, and to be able to change the face of our nation. We're incredibly proud of that.
We hope you found this special edition of Military Makeover Operation Career inspirational and informative. Remember, the nation's most valuable asset is a resilient, brave, and fully capable new generation. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.